Morning everybody. Wednesday the 27th of August and another day in my daily diary of looking after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. I don't know what today's going to bring. Yesterday was one of them sort of nothing days. She just wasn't with it at all yesterday, and very strange day. There was well, yesterday morning the carer turned up a bit early, 10:15. It was a new girl actually. She was only young, and I don't know, 20s, something like that. And to be honest, wasn't very good. Right, what do you want me to do? You know, where's this? Where's that? And then I walked past. I said, right, I'll leave you to it in the bathroom. I'll leave you to it, and I'll go and get the bed ready and get breakfast ready. And I walked past the bathroom when she was getting her dress, and she just put a blouse on. So I know, hang on, I said, you've not put a vest on or a t-shirt. Oh right, okay. And it's like, they're on an hanger. I've got all Angie's clothes on an hanger there. You know, from her socks to her pants, a vest, a t-shirt, and a top, a blouse thing. So that didn't go down well with me. It's not a bit said now, but you know, it's like, right, is that so? You need to clean the teeth. What do I clean it, or will she clean it herself? Anyway, I bit my tongue. I bit my tongue. So I still can't make my mind up whether it's a good thing or not. Like I said, because it's not a big issue getting her up and washed and dressed. It's not one of the things that I find hard or does me head in. It's not, you know. So, and then I thought, well, we've got her up. It's 10:15, you know, and she took some getting out of bed. She was well away. Then once the girl had gone, I've forgotten what she said her name was. Once she'd gone, and then sat down, right, Angela, let's get you breakfast. So I tried feeding her with her breakfast, usual, porridge and chopped up fruit. No, really, her eyes were good, and even her head kept dropping like that, and then a lot of the teeth clamping like that. Come on, Angie, it took me about 3/4 of an hour just to feed her a bowl of breakfast with with some fruit. And then once she'd had that, you know, give her a cup of tea with a straw. And then I said, do you want to go back, sit in your wheelchair, or sit on the settee in the front room, or sit here on the dining table chair? He said, I'll sit in my wheelchair because it's more comfortable. So I got her back in a wheelchair. And what I do is, because we've got high-backed dining chairs, I put one of them right behind her, and I drape a big, thick, nicely knitted throw over the back of it, so she can put her head back and it's nice and comfy. And I put one at the side of her, not even properly boxed her in. I put one at the side of her. I did the same this way, so that when she sat there and she started slowly going like that, there was one here as well. So whether it was me, I made it too comfortable for her, I don't know. But she nodded off within no time, and I had to wake her up for the 12 o'clock tablets. And again, trying a bit of a mission, trying to get the tablets in. Right, Angie, open your teeth. You can see she's trying to open them. It's not as though she's refusing. They just don't open. And see, she's trying, because sometimes she'll go, I'm trying to open them myself. Again, part of this bastard disease. Another thing what she's doing I haven't mentioned, and all, she's been doing it for quite a while. Her toes, she crunches them like that. She crunches them together, and they're actually twisting like that now. Her toes, and then she twists and really clenches them like that, and they're solid. They're like, I don't know, two slabs of stone. You can't undo her toes together, and you can't straighten them out. It's solid like that. I don't know what the official name is for that. I don't know, but again, it's all these little things you see. People, again, I keep going on about people, Parkinson's. Oh yeah, somebody's got a tremor and a bit of a slow walk, maybe a stoop, you know, and a bit of a slurry. There's miles more to it than that. Miles more to it. I wish it was only that. I really do. I really do. You know, it was mad. And she had that, the time she was awake, she just had that vacant look on her face, like you know, sort of stare at me as if to say like, help me type of a look, you know. And it's days like that, you know, and then what am I doing? I'm just sort of faffing in and out all day and can't really do anything. Can't really get to do anything, and it's like you feel as though your days are just repetitive. You know, it's the same thing, same old day after day, and you know, but that's what being a carer is about. But I'm just venting. That's all I'm doing. It's, you know, it is what it is. As I say, it is what it is. You know, the sundown is started about. I'll give her. What do we have for tea? I can't think what I did as. Oh, sausage, mash, veg and gravy. Something I could really mash it all up, dead sort of nice and easy for it to chop the sausages up in dead small pieces. It was like a big plate full of mush. You know, so I ate mine. I said, and just you try and eat yours, but you know, she tried a couple of times, but they ended up there. Once I'd finished mine, then I managed to feed her. So she had a plate full of that. You know, eventually, you know, it took a while. She didn't do any of the teeth clenching while I was trying to feed her tea. She just took forever just to eat each sort of spoonful. Like she usually just probably getting on for an hour by the time she'd ate it. And then I got her washed and some clean pyjamas on again. And got her in the front room, sat her on the settee. And she weren't too bad at first. She was sort of just looking at the TV. I could tell she wasn't really watching it. And then eyes went, and I sort of carried her, did what I washed my pots and did whatever I was doing, and go and get my shower, and one thing after another. I've got an hair on my eye here. And then about 8 o'clock, you know, her eyes was closed, and then Restless started that sundowning thing, which was really loud last night. So overly loud, you know, really loud. So I give her a nighttime tablet. It's about 9:30, which is a little bit on the earlier side, but I thought, well, it might help her to calm down a little bit. And then I give her an overnight Parkinson's one, the slow release one. I give her that about 10:15ish, something like that, and got her to bed. Once she was in bed, again, she was watching on the camera. She was a bit restless and a bit noisy, and then went to sleep, and she stayed asleep all night. She'd not been up, not tried to get up. So my makeshift barricade seems to be working. I think it's a psychological thing. She realised there's something there. Even if she wants, she could sort of just kick it over. A couple of times during the night, made a few noises. I had to sort of just sit up and check what were going on, but she was just making noises out loud. So yeah, not a bad few hours kit last night. Not too bad, to be honest. I'll give her the tablets at 8 o'clock this morning. But same thing, she's well away. She's well away. So we've got the carer coming again this morning to get her up and washed. So yeah, I keep umming and ahhing about that. I'll make a decision. Because it's the 3 days. But sometimes I think, you know, maybe I should just leave them. Oh, one thing, I've got some bad news. Is Alistair and Paul, the two fellas who you've heard me mention them in the past. Alistair is Paul's carer. They've been together 50 odd years. Same thing, Parkinson's. Paul wasn't diagnosed that long ago. Unfortunately, he's passed away over the weekend. So I was talking with Alistair yesterday. He'd left me a message actually over the weekend, but I didn't get to listen to it yesterday. So that's a bit of sad news, you know. So I feel for Alistair there. The only good thing, and Alistair, you know, pointed out, was it was Saturday night, Sunday morning. Paul wanted to go to bed, so he went to bed and died during the night in his sleep. and was in the same position in the morning when Paul, when Paul went to, so he's in the same position. So there's no right way and a good way, should we say, but that's not a bad way to go, is it? Not a bad way. But again, he hadn't been diagnosed that long ago. I think Paul's only like 4 or 5 years ago. Similar to Angie, and a lot of the same things as Angie. A lot of the same things, symptoms, and dementia was kicking in. And then you listen to other people, and they're still going to work 20 years after the diagnosis, and it's so complex and so unfair, this disease. It really is. It really is. So yeah, I'm going to see what today brings. I'm going to get my shopping done this afternoon when Debbie the carer comes and sits in with Angie, and see if Angie's any better today. I've got the good news for today is, after a bit of negotiating, my offer on that 3-bedroom bungalow got accepted yesterday. That's one plus. So Phil, sent the documents over yesterday, our ID and proof of money and stuff. So hopefully I can get cracking on this now. I want to try and push it now as soon as I can, because our buyer has sold their house to a first-time buyer, so the chain leading up to ours is very short, and the bungalow that we're now going to be buying, there's no chain going on to that, because that's been sold by the family. I don't know if the person has died or whether they've gone in a home, so it's very, very short, this chain. So I'm going to try and get it pushed along now as soon as I can, as quick as we can, because I know it's September next week. Best will in the world, you're looking at sort of the earliest, probably 8 or 10 weeks at the earliest, if there's no hiccups. Sort of September, so it's end of November, isn't it? September, October, no, into November. So yeah, but at least that's a plus. That's a plus for me. So yeah. So anyway, right, I'm going to get off now. Make me brew and get ready for this carer, because God knows what time they're going to turn up. So I'll get Angie's breakfast all ready, and I'll get a coffee then while I wait for him. So yeah, it's alright, I'll do another one tomorrow as per usual, and I'll see you tomorrow. You take care now, bye.